Hello, you wonderful people. I'm making this video as a bit of an update to kind of let you know that some changes are going to happen to this channel. Now, for the longest time on this channel, I've kind of done a little bit of everything. Like, I've talked about my own personal life, these stupid little stories or moments in my life, as well as my thoughts about random stuff, as well as obviously the nerdy things that I like. Now, kind of trailing back, kind of going back a little bit, I want to say, like, you know, for the longest time, like, to anyone that doesn't know, the reason why I made this channel is because, as you may or may not know, I'm not very good at opening up in my own personal life, so I kind of wanted an outlet to kind of help make myself better at it. I mean, this whole experience of making videos like this, kind of vlogging or whatever, it has helped. I mean, granted, I'm still not the best at it, but I feel like I've taken steps in the right directions. I think I've brought it up in the past before that this has helped me kind of be a little more comfortable, because doing this is something that's completely outside of my comfort zone and always was, because it's just something that naturally comes a little harder for me, like talking to people and opening up. It's a little harder for me than a lot of other things. Like, I can do it sometimes, but it's just like a lot of times I just kind of like shrivel up on the inside and just kind of hide away from people in general, just because it's like I try to avoid people as much as possible. Not like I hate people or anything like that, it's just I get very nervous and weird and awkward, and I don't know. That's what I appreciate about this channel, is it helped me, I feel like, grow as a person. It may not seem like that to other people, but you know, I feel like I've gained so much from doing this channel and putting videos up, and it's just because it's helped me a lot, because it's helped me remember stuff I haven't even thought about in years. I brought that up before. It's like a lot of stuff I've made on this channel, it's like stuff that like it's from years ago, that it just like, because I started doing this and talking about other things, it kind of jump starting my brain about other stuff that's happened in my life. And it's like, if it wasn't for this channel, I don't think I'd remember half the stuff I've talked about. But that's enough about me kind of reminiscing down memory lane. The point of this video is that, to me, the changes I'm making to this channel is that I'm going to transition out the more me side of things. Now, what that means is, like, a long time ago, well, not a long time ago, a while back, I made a video called Less Me, More Nerd. Essentially, it was me wondering, like, kind of throwing out the idea that I might make this channel more nerd orientated instead of just more, you know, just about me in general. And that's kind of what I'm doing now, like, to kind of transition away to stuff about me, like my personal life, as well as just my thoughts on things, and focus more so on the nerdy type of things. Like, yes, I'll still have my thoughts, you know, the channel will still kind of center around me to a certain extent, of being like, oh, these are the things that I like and stuff like that, but it won't be like your daily vlogs of me telling you what's going on per se, unless something interesting happens, like I go to a con or something like that. Even then, I might not do that. I don't know. Like, it's one of those situations where it's like, hey, everything's going to focus more so on like the nerdy side of things. And you know, the reason why I'm bringing it up is because for some people that might be an issue. For some people, maybe they like that other side of the content that I made, because for the longest time, it's like, I mean, currently where as it stands, like the nerdy stuff still outshines, like outweighs like the other side of things, like of just, you know, my random thoughts and talking about myself. I mean, for a while, it was kind of almost probably, I'd say, maybe split down the middle a little bit more, probably more 60-40. But now it's kind of like, probably like 70-30, just because like, when you look at like what I mostly upload, it's the podcast stuff, or I'm talking about TV shows and stuff like that. And that makes up probably like more than half of like the stuff that's on this channel. So it's not like the nerdy side of me is the minority in this situation, but you get my point. And for some people, you know, maybe they've never really cared about that nerdy side of things, and maybe they decide like, hey, they're not going to stick around anymore. And if that's the case, I completely understand. For some people, it's like, you know, the stuff I talk about, that just doesn't interest them, because that's not where their interests lie. It's where mine lie. And maybe for some other people it does, but not for everyone. And I completely understand that. And so those people who decide that, hey, like after this, like they don't plan on sticking around, hey, that's 100% okay with me, because, you know, I appreciate what you've done for me so far. You've literally wasted your time on me, and that is just, I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that you wasted your time on me. Like, even if you watched like 1 second of any video, that I've still wasted your time, and I appreciate the fact is that you're like, hey, I'll check this out anyway. And it's like, to anyone that's been here for a little while, you know, and you might be saying goodbye now, I do appreciate any time that you put forth towards me being like watching my stuff. I don't know. I'm stammering around my words, and I've rehearsed it in my head, but even then it's still kind of like, I'm still struggling to find the words to say. I'm such an idiot. I do apologize for that. All I can say is thank you. Like, the fact of the matter is, I did this channel mainly for myself, but I also did it on the off chance that people might like some of the stuff. And you know, there have been occasions where people actually like the crap that I make, and I can't really put in words how much that means to me. So like, wholeheartedly, I do thank you for anyone that decided, you know, to stick around or occasionally pop in. Whether you're like someone who's been subscribed to this channel or not, even if you've just watched one video, I appreciate that. Like, I can't express really how much I'm grateful for that. I keep saying that over and over again, but it's like, that's really all I can say about it, is like, you know, thank you so much. It's been a lot of fun. You know, me talking about this is almost like I'm killing this channel or something, which isn't the case. It's just kind of being revamped, because I don't really bring it up that often. I've brought it up one time. I literally kind of got mocked for it one time I brought it up. But I'd like to make YourNerdGasm more than me. Like, my thought is I'd like to eventually down the road get other people to comment who would come in and kind of add their own personality to it and their own likes to it. Like I brought up before, like maybe someone that's more into movies than I am, because I'm not a big movie fan. Like, more often than not, the only movies I really watch are like movies connected to superheroes, some animated stuff here and there, but even then it's like I'm not very consistent when I watch movies. Like, TV shows is one thing, like an anime, well, I mean, you know, I have my situation with anime currently, but you know, eventually when I get back into it, that's more that. But you know, just adding other people to kind of talk about the things that they kind of like nerd and geek out about. It's something else that, like, I would like to eventually turn YourNerdGasm kind of into not just a journalistic nerdy thing where it's just kind of talking about the latest developments in kind of the nerdy geeky world, but also like to eventually turn it into a production company. What do I know about being a production company? Absolutely nothing. But the fact of the matter is, it's something I'd like to give a try. Like, cause I'd want to make, you know, full-blown, like, maybe animated series, you know, stuff that's just pure cartoonish, maybe some stuff that's closer to anime in design and stuff like that, maybe make a manga or whatever. Granted, I don't have the artistic ability. I'm at writing. I'm kind of like a big idea person, but I kind of like fall on the wayside when it comes to like the smaller and finer details about a story. But it's just, I would still like to stories, like even if it's just like simply in a form of being like, hey, I helped write this story for this little short or anime that we made. I would like to do something like that, or eventually make other people's like ideas come to light too, like be a production company that helps animate other people's stuff. Like, I mean, that's currently where my thoughts are at. Like, obviously, you know, I'm most likely wasting my time and I will never be a hit. But that's fine by me, because that's just where my mind is set, and that's where I'd like to take things. Maybe I'm just dreaming too big and it will never come true, but at the very least I've got to, you know, try, because, you know, one of those things in life I don't want to look back on and regret that I didn't try to aim for this big picture that I had in mind. Like, that's just, I don't know, like, that's where my mindset is about YourNerdGasm. Like, you know, that's where I would like to take it in the future. But for now, like, I'm fine with doing things the way I am. I'm not exactly sure 100% of what the content is going to look like going forward for this channel. Probably very similar to what it's been so far. Maybe some changes here and there. There's some stuff that I've started, but I've never really not done much with. Like, there's this whole series I came up with a while back called Downside to Superheroes. I made literally an intro video to it, kind of telling what the concept of it was going to be, but I haven't done anything with it. I've literally had the first episode of it kind of written out for like the past couple months, but I just haven't done anything with it, and it's just, I need to just go ahead and get that out. So at some point I'm gonna have to record that just to put that out, as well as other stuff that I've started, like this other series, Move List and Armory, stuff like that. Is like probably work on fine-tuning them, but also continuing the things I do, where it's just kind of like the podcast obviously will stay. Maybe reformat them a little bit, kind of tweak them a little bit to be a little bit better, change up how I approach them and stuff like that. Maybe like, you know, do kind of like a weekly update when it comes to like, you know, updates about TV shows, as well as like, you know, maybe like, oh yeah, like for the rest of this season, it's like, oh, certain actors might pop up in the show and be like, okay, so what does this actor's playing this certain character and what that means for a certain show going forward? I don't know. Like I say, it's still something I'm in the process of thinking about, and I'm probably going to be taking the holiday time to kind of really think about it. But you know, I just really wanted to kind of get that all out there. I've been stammering and all over the place, and I do apologize. I just kind of had to get that all out of my head and just kind of let you know what I had in mind about things. Yes, this video could have been a lot better. It would have been a lot better if I had just written stuff down, but that's my problem. I'm just like, nah, I can wing it. And it's like, see what happens when I wing it. Stuff is just terrible. So, I mean, really, that's, I guess, all that I really want to talk about. It's not like this is actually going to be the last video on the channel, I think, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be some podcast stuff that's coming up. I mean, I'm sure, because most of everything I'm doing is winding down, but there should be like a few left. As well as there's at least one more video that I'll probably be putting up later this week. So, but this will probably kind of be one of the last times I'm just kind of like, I guess in a sense, talking to you in real time, even though that's kind of bullshit, because it's like, it's not like this is real time, because it'll be a different day by the time you see this or whatever. But still, nevertheless, I need to just shut up. Hopefully you guys do decide to stick around, but if you don't, I completely understand. And once again, thank you for wasting your time on me. And so see you guys in 2017. Like I said, not sure what to expect and what I'm planning to do with all of this, but it's going to be very interesting, and I'm excited to see what I decide to do. So, but till the next time we meet, guys, be happy, be safe, live life to the fullest, and enjoy it. Good day and goodbye.